I mean, part of the adventure of this whole thing is the challenge.
Yeah.
The challenge of all
Yeah.
of those monotonous, repetitive steps. Like anything in
Yeah.
life, it's those consistent steps that are not glorious, that are actually
Yeah.
getting you to where you need to be.
Definitely.
It's worthwhile in the long run.
Yeah. And, the crane would come in handy, once you do have guests there and you build out the other stuff, you're going to be, the supplies are what you need are going to be the heavy lifting all the time.
Yep.
You can some kind of slide up and down the, belt driven thing up and down the
You
thing.
know what though? For someone who works remote, it feels good to be doing something physically. And obviously I'm in
Yeah.
shape, I work out, I do yoga, all that stuff. But man, it's so easy to get soft just being on a
Yeah.
computer all
Yeah.
day. If you don't sharpen that sword, it gets dull.
No, yeah, most definitely. Like if you don't really do any physical work like that, it gets pretty tough, and that's why people that do all that hard work like that, a lot of them live long. Welcome to the Yacht Captain Investor Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Kidd, where every week we dive deep into conversations with real estate pros, business owners, and maritime professionals about their mindset and journey to success. Please help support us on our journey and our channel by liking, subscribing, and commenting below so we can help you in your journey to success. How you doing today? Scott Kidd, the Yacht Captain Investor Podcast, here with my friend Cam. He's currently in Mexico, where apparently it's on fire. But he was in the hotel the whole time. It didn't have anything to do with him.
Mostly.
How you doing, Cam?
I'm good, Scott. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Yeah, man. No, but tell us a little bit about your upcoming season here. You're going to be working on the island again, which I'm looking forward to. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, brother. Just real quick check. We are recording now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Perfect. So yeah, it's been a few months since the last time I was on your show here. Where were we when we left off? We were just going into season 2 of our Superior Island development. The first season, all we did was build trails because we bought the island very late in the season. Season 2, we built a dock, a deck, and a sauna. So it was a busy summer, man, especially working full time. Every weekend, we were just out there hammering away. So it's pretty cool. I'll share my screen here so you can see. I think we probably had 200 subscribers the last time we did this.
Yeah, you probably got over 1,000, right? Yeah.
Close. We're punching up there. We got 832. And we're about to post a full video of the entire sauna build in one. And we think that's going to do pretty well.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, man. So we got way more content up there now. You can see here, this is what the sauna looks like in the end of the year, which was pretty cool to finally have a real, it's funny. Now, every time we go out, there's going to be better. Because this year we started with nothing, and it was a bit of grind, but now we can go out there, we can build, we can have a sauna at the end of the day. It just adds to the entire experience. Yeah,
now you can start seeing some of the progress, because before, building trails and stuff can be kind of tough to see, but now you have the sauna, you can actually, what's the major build this year? You're going to build a cabin out there now, or
correct? So we're going to build the first cabin. It's going to be 2-level cabin. We already have it framed up, so we just have to bring it out there. But obviously, there's a lot of groundwork. The groundwork is
that's the biggest part.
The biggest part. It's the ugliest part. It's the least exciting to watch part, but it's the most important. So we'll build a nice deck. We'll build that cabin, and then we'll have our first place that we can actually sleep in out there. Which I think that is enough for one full summer with our work schedules alongside of it. But yeah, every year it just keeps getting better.
Well, and I would imagine now that once you have the cabin up there, you can stay out there longer. People can stay out there and continue working longer out there and stuff. That's going to be a blast. I mean, I'd look forward to coming out there at some point.
Oh yeah,
and this is awesome for sure. So other than I know you're planning on doing some retreats and stuff like that out there, because you are a yoga instructor as well, and focusing on that and doing some more holistic stuff, right?
Correct. And even now, so we kind of briefly talked about how are we going to monetize this in the long run. We also launched a coffee company. So
Okay.
if you go here, we have officially have a coffee company. You can order it. This website's live, fourcardinalcoffee.com. Four Cardinal for the four cardinal directions. My mom also loves the cardinal bird. And there's four of us involved, me, Davin, Kyle, and our editor, Jack. So we have two roasts. We have a medium roast and a dark roast. I don't know if you
Okay.
catch the kind of on the nose for the sailor tie
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the Westerlies and then the trade
Yeah, yeah.
winds.
Yeah. No, I caught that because I love that. Where
Yeah.
are the beans from?
The beans are from Brazil mostly,
Uh,
but our roaster is in Alberta. So it's a small
okay.
batch roaster in Alberta. And we worked out a deal with him so we could promote and sell his coffee this way. And he was very open to it. So we have a coffee company now. And this is
Nice.
our angle for monetizing and supporting the island development because this stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
And we all
Yeah,
have
that's what
jobs.
I was. One of my questions was going to be, how are you paying for all this?
Yeah. I mean, it helps the fact that there's three of us contributing,
Yeah.
but still, man, in the long run, because even this year we'll build the first cabin, but then the year after we want to build, we'll probably switch to A-frames because the cabin this year is going to be an octagon like the sauna. But
Yeah.
then the year after, we're going to switch to A-frames for where people would actually stay
Yeah.
while they come
Stick
to a
build kind of
retreat.
stuff. Yeah.
And that one would probably do like 6 at one time or something like that. So we want to get to a point where we could be out there all summer long.
Yeah, I would think so because if you do A-frames, you can do multiple and do the same.
Yep.
Do the foundations all at the same time. Do the walls and frames. Frame up the outside at the same time, and then all you're doing is interiors on the next thing. And how do they hold up over the winter and stuff like that? I mean,
So that's a good question. Even if you see here in this thumbnail, this one here, I'll
yeah.
move my cursor. That's you can see our sauna's about 10 feet off the ground. It's
Hmm.
pretty high up. We built the deck high up. But I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Great Lakes much this year, Scott. There's been some crazy weather that's been happening.
No,
And
there's been crazy Arctic fronts coming across. That's why I was asking like how it holds up here.
we're about to find out in May.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do about it now.
No, no. I mean, you know that dock that we dragged out there? So we did
Hmm.
drag out a floating dock in this video right here. You can see me. I wrote it all.
You want to know the one thing that separates investors who win from investors who get wiped out? It's not the deal flow. It's not connection. It's this due diligence, not the skim the deck and hope for the best kind. The real due diligence. Asking the real questions like who's the sponsor and their team? What is their experience? Does the sponsor have verified exits? What is the downside of the scenario? Are there any hidden fees? If you can't answer these questions and more, you're not really investing. You're speculating or possibly gambling. I built a tool to fix that. It's called the Passive Investor Due Diligence Scorecard. It's free, it's interactive, it's 125 questions across 4 categories. Who is the sponsor's team? What is the market? What are the financials? And what are the potential red flags? You check off what you verify, score updates live. It gives you a clear assessment to help you find out if this is the right fit for your family. It takes about 20 minutes or less, and it could save you years of regret. Use it before you wire another dollar, because the questions you don't ask are the ones that cost you the most.
I wrote it all the way out.
That's
But-
right. I remember the video. Yeah, that was nice.
It was fun. Now, we were using that dock initially until we built our other dock, and we still kind of used it throughout the season to tie up our second boat. But I don't know, that dock might be gone if we get back this year because we tied it up pretty well, but who knows? The weather has been insane. So we're
Yeah,
sticking to
the
things that are
floating
bolted
docks,
to the rock.
It doesn't freeze over up there, does it?
No, it won't freeze over. It's just the storms that get crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine you get some pretty short seas, and then the floating dock, I would plan on probably it not being there.
Yeah.
Just
That's
from
right.
experience, probably gonna have to pull the other one. We're probably gonna have to pull it next year. Pull it up. Maybe it'd be nice if you could rig up a crane or something like that for loading and stuff like that to the deck and stuff. That
Mhm.
would save a lot of time for you guys. You can get a hand one or a one you can run off those battery operated cranes and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Maritime crane. You could probably buy a surplus one. Anyone, I think it's in a magazine, Boats and Harbors. They have all kinds of maritime equipment and stuff, and you could probably get one at auction pretty cheap, or even in it through there. They ship it to you or whatever. Wouldn't be
Interesting.
wouldn't be wouldn't be too crazy. Two or three guys could probably lift it up, or as long as it's not. Well, if it's made out of steel, it's going to be heavy, but you can always take it apart. And
Yeah.
we've
Because we
done.
just we just hand bomb everything.
Yeah, yeah, and then you definitely want to sink it into where, yeah, you definitely need some kind of foundation or something so that it doesn't just fall over into the
Yeah.
water. But
Yeah.
you can rig up some pretty easy stuff with the A-frame and a couple blocks of tackles or whatever. That'll save you a lot of time carrying all that stuff. So I saw you guys lugging all that stuff up the side, and I'm like, oh man, that's why you guys are so fit.
It definitely helps. And the funny thing is, the glory of it all is seeing the sauna built. It's the videos where people get to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe they built that." Meanwhile, the majority of the time, Scott, we're just moving lumber
Yeah,
nonstop. We
well,
load
and
it up
that's
in the truck. We bring it to our camp, our home base. We load it into the boat. We take the boat out there. We load it onto the island.
loaded onto
Most of the
yeah.
time, we're just moving lumber.
Yeah, so if you can palletize stuff and put it on a crane and stuff, if you have, well, the ideal place, I don't know where the ideal place for the crane would be, but ideally be able to pick it right off the boat. That would be nice, but I
Yeah.
don't know if that's
Oh,
too ideal. But with the dock
even.
being gone, you can put the new dock wherever you want.
Yeah, pretty much. And even if we did do the crane, I mean, part of the adventure of this whole thing is the challenge. The
Yeah,
challenge of all
yeah,
of those monotonous, repetitive steps. Like anything in
yeah,
life, it's those consistent steps that are not glorious, that are actually
yeah,
getting you to where you need to be.
definitely.
It's worthwhile in the long run.
Yeah, and the crane would come in handy. Once you do have guests there and you build out the other stuff, you're going to be the supplies are what you need are going to be the heavy lifting all the time.
Yep.
You get some kind of slide up and down the belt driven thing up and down the
You
thing.
know what though? For someone who works remote, it feels good to be doing something physically. And obviously I'm in
Yeah,
shape, I work out, I do yoga, all that stuff, but man, it's so easy to get soft just being on a
yeah,
computer all
yeah.
day. If you don't sharpen that sword, it gets dull.
No, yeah, most definitely. Like if you don't really do any physical work like that, it gets pretty tough, and that's why people that do all that hard work like that, a lot of them live a long, especially and you're probably gonna. Can you grow anything out there in the summer or anything?
Probably. It's very rocky, so there's a ton of overgrowth from trees,
Mm.
but we would have to set up something more
Yeah, I would think
specific,
you could
like
do
a
like a hanging, some kind of hydroponics thing or something like that, probably.
yeah, something like that we could do, or we could build a greenhouse at some point. We would love that. That would be amazing. To make it self-sufficient out there, that'd be perfect
No,
place for the apocalypse.
that's ideal, right? That's what you want to. That's
Yeah.
definitely what you want to do long term because that's going
Whenever,
to be.
yeah, when everything was on fire yesterday in Mexico, I'm like, damn, I wish I was on my island right now.
I would imagine. So how is it there? I mean, you're. I know we talked briefly about it, but is it quiet now, or is it calmed down, or?
It's quiet now, but it's such a stark reminder that the average person is not prepared for any
Oh yeah,
frailty in the social fabric that gets shown or put on display because
yeah.
all the stores, everything was closed. The cartel supposedly was burning, well, pretty sure it was actually the cartel, but the reason behind all of it is yet to be known. I think it's probably a big
Yeah.
psyop, but they're burning cars all over the city. They burned convenience stores, which I just find weird. Why are they attacking the convenience stores? That doesn't make sense to me. Um, regardless.
Maybe they didn't make their payments.
Could be. Yeah, could be. Maybe they're government ran convenience stores. I don't know. Who owns
Yeah,
OXO?
well, I know sometimes and I don't know if it's true or not, but I know some of the stores pay protection money, and if they didn't
Yeah,
pay their protection money, those go down. Or they
yeah,
just maybe knock over a couple of them, set them on fire, just as an example, you
yeah.
know.
That's a good point. And the whole narrative yesterday was that the government captured the head of the Yasilico New Generation cartel and supposedly killed him. Mexican government wants to take credit for it. Wouldn't be surprised if it was American troops that came in, secret ops that came
Who
and
knows?
executed the mission. And
CIA,
yeah,
EEA, who knows?
something, because then it was definitely chaotic, and apparently it was a big display of everyone's discontent with what happened. But it's so weird because there was these narratives all day long. Oh, at 2 p.m. there's going to be a shootout. At 5 p.m. they're going to go into hotels and kill tourists. I actually heard of a Mexican couple that my friends know. They were in a taxi and someone stopped them and they took them out of the taxi. They shot the cab driver and they lit up the taxi with they firebombed it with all of their luggage in it. So the couple was fine and they're tourists. The taxi driver didn't make it, unfortunately, but
Wow.
so there was some significant events there. Even if it is a psyop, there's still danger that is
Yeah,
potentially
absolutely.
there for anybody. But yeah, I kind of hung around my place most of the day. Then I went for a nice walk yesterday when it seemed to calm down a bit. I saw a building on fire, saw a bunch of burnt cars. So it did feel like a movie scene, apocalypse movie set, maybe,
Yeah,
which is wild. But it's a reminder, almost similar to COVID times where this grocery stores were empty. Man, most people are not prepared for 3 days. For
yeah,
3 days, they're so trusting in the most fragile
yeah,
societal
yeah.
systems out there.
Well, just living in Florida, we always have our hurricane stuff, and we go through it every year. We always have tons of canned goods and
Hmm.
water and matches, lighter. We have propane for the grill or what have you.
Hmm.
Some people, have more than that, but for us, if it's more than category two, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna hang around. I mean,
Yep.
what the insurance is for, and having been through a bunch of them on the boat and on the in houses and stuff, it's not so much the storm. You're gonna live through it, but you might be beat up a little bit, but you don't want to be around so much for the after. People start freaking out because, like you said, all the people that are not prepared, who didn't do anything, they're running around like crazy people, and
Yep.
then also you might not have power for 2, 3 weeks or whatever it is, and
Mhm.
it's Florida. It could be 120 degrees, in your house, then it's pitch
Yeah.
dark, and then you got all the other people that are weaponized. So
What's it like on the boat in a hurricane?
it's not that fun.
Really? That's a good point. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember one time we anchored the boat off in the Chesapeake. It was we had just gotten dumped out all the chain and we tied everything off, stripped everything off the deck and everything that we could pull off that was canvas or whatever. And then myself and the boat owner and the pilot. And right before everything went bad, another boat came and anchored right near us. And they're like, "Oh, we have one motor and this and that." And I'm like, "You're a catamaran. You can go all the way up to the shore. Like, we've been here for a while." And then we finally made the calls like, "We're going to get tangled up. Once the breeze picks up, we're going to get tangled up with these guys because they're too,
Mhm.
the way they set their hook and everything, we're going to be tangled up with them." And it was like, then
Mhm.
that's going to be bad for us. So we moved. Right as we got the anchor down and everything, myself and the pilot on the bow of the boat. Breeze came up. It went like 50, 60, 78. It was like 100-mile-an-hour winds. And we're crawling on the deck and we're looking at each other going, "Yep." We're laughing. And we're like, "Yeah, this is it." We crawl in, we crawl in, and the old man's drinking a beer. Gentlemen,
That's crazy. I love boating for that reason in particular, where it can change so quickly. It can be the
yeah,
most romantic thing on the planet, or it can be the most scary. And
yeah,
to
it's
have
humbling.
to maintain sovereignty and agency over your own mind,
Yeah,
it's a good thing to have, because a lot of people live such complacent lives where they need that
yeah,
stability, and if something goes wrong, it just throws them off mentally. Meanwhile,
yeah,
we should be training ourselves at all times for anything that could happen and how quickly we can bring it back
yeah.
down.
Things can go bad, pretty quickly. I mean, in the U.S. and Canada and stuff like that, we live pretty much a lot better than most people. I mean, as the statistics go, we're just talking about, I think, 75% of the world, if lives without power, water, roof over their head. So, I mean, it might even be more than that. I'm not sure. People are always talking about, there's too many people, and I'm like, well, those people, those 80% of the population, are not really using a huge amount of the resources. It's the 20% of us, really. Is there too many of us? It's not too many of them, because they're not using, they use maybe a 20th or 100th of the amount of resources that we use per capita. So, I mean, I don't think it's a population problem, really. It's more of a distribution problem.
And even then, man, the whole population numbers, I think that's a big scam. Because
Yeah.
if you look back, I can't remember what year it was, somewhere in the 60s or 80s or something, there was this spike in the world population.
Yeah.
And then there was this agenda that said, oh, there's too many people. We have to be careful, the resources, whatever.
No,
Meanwhile, I don't believe these numbers, because
no.
now there's declining birth rates. What's the
Yeah.
birth rate in the US? It's not even enough to
It's
sustain itself.
No, it's not. We've just surpassed the where we won't be able to sustain ourselves. And I know in a lot of Western Europe, it's
Yep.
they're not able to do it.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where if you gotta watch where the narrative comes from. I mean, because I don't think there's too many people. I just think that they're probably saying that so that people you know take over that the scarcity mindset to
Yep.
where that they think there's not enough of anything, so that then they just kind of start hoarding everything, which is not really good. Not
Yep.
really good. I mean, because there's more than enough everything for everyone, 10
Yep.
times over, 1,000 times over, you know, hundreds of
Yep.
times over, really. I mean, because just driving across Florida, I'm like looking at all this open land and everything, and it's like there's no way we shouldn't be able to feed ourselves.
Yep. 100%. Man. And yeah, you take a flight anywhere over North America, most of it's
Yeah,
empty. It's just when
yeah,
you're in those cities that you think, oh my God, there's so many people. Take a flight over the country. Place is
yeah.
barren.
I think up to the Mississippi. I think from the east, I think that's where 70 or 80% of the U.S. population is. There's only like 20% west of the Mississippi. So it's
and and
probably
19%
the
of that
same
is
in
in.
Canada. Probably the same in Canada, I would think as well. And that's truthfully with real estate and stuff, that's why we focus on Florida, Texas,
Yep.
Missouri, Midwest, and stuff like that. And speaking of that, what are you working on the real estate side other than your island? Because I'm,
Mhm.
I'm, I'm going to leave a little bit out there so that everyone goes and follows and signs up. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow his YouTube channel, Superior Island, because it's fantastic to watch, and building a really cool project out there. But we'll go into like some of the other stuff that you're working on, some other projects. I know you're still working, helping people build out their funds. What trends are you seeing, like with funds and stuff?
For sure. So yeah, I'm still working full time with TribeBest. We help People set up the fund of funds, single purpose vehicles, so that way they can compliantly raise capital for other people's deals. And it's a unique business because now, especially with some of the way the market's gone, it's harder for some people to get deals. Some of the groups that are very maybe experienced or have the right connections are still managing to get deals that pencil. But now some of these other operators are pivoting into a more hybrid model where they're just going to raise and place capital for their investors who are sitting there with dry powder. So it's a unique time.
Like a blind pool funds, you're seeing those more popular?
Not necessarily blind pool funds. It's more the operators that can't find deals and want to help their investors still. So they're going to go build a relationship with a quality operator that they can place capital for. Yeah.
More co-GP type stuff with bringing their funds and everything. Yeah, I'm actually seeing a bit more of that as well, and co-development as well, because I'm seeing a lot of people, because mostly what we're doing is development, and we're seeing a lot of developers that were really standing alone on their own, doing their own thing. We're seeing they've got so many more deals now that they need assistance, bringing in more capital and stuff. And I've been helping them with the relationships I've built over the years, stuff like that, just making the right connections, because there's not a lack of capital. There's capital out there, especially institutional capital. There's so much out there. Retail a little bit still hesitant, but they're coming around because, at a certain point, you have to stay in the game, really. That's like I tell people, is like, you can't catch the wave from the beach. You got to be in the water.
I like that.
Yeah,
I just went surfing for the first time a couple of weeks ago. So I appreciate that even more, man. What a rush that is. You got to be in the game.
It's really fun, and it's something that I want to get better at because I'm truly awful at it. I mean, I was beat up after paddling out once.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Exhausting to surf. But I like it because similar to sailing or boating, it's one of those things where you have so many elements to navigate and you're learning how to ride, literally, physically riding the element as opposed to trying to fight it. So it's all about your own timing. And maybe that's the same with real estate, where your timing is going to be everything, as opposed to trying to fit a previous business model that doesn't work anymore into a different economy. So like even now, another big thing is debt funds. A lot of people are doing debt funds.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of these multifamily value add deals, that ain't penciling.
Yeah. And they didn't, and a lot of these multifamily deals or other commercial real estate deals, they worked when the rates were low.
Yep.
But now they've reset, or they need to reset, they need to be recapitalized, and now they don't work. So they've had to be bought at a discount or turned over back to the bank, or been filled with pref equity, or a debt fund comes in and fills the gap, or some equity fund brings in the money and takes it over. I'm seeing a lot of that just because the debt funds are, people are, that's one thing I want people to be wary of. Debt funds are great because especially if you're in first position, but be wary, same thing, be wary of the operator. Make sure you know what assets those debts are collateralized by. If they're bad assets, it's going to be bad debt. It's and if it's a bad operator, it's going to be bad debt.
You got to make sure it's not a bailout fund for the operators themselves.
Yeah, and you need to ask specific questions like, what is this loan going to be for? Like, is it going to be payout funds for the sponsor, like commissions, or acquisition fees, or disposition fees? Make sure it's not for that, because most of the really good operators, if they get into a bad deal or a deal goes bad, they will be very transparent and tell you, hey, this is what this is for. And they probably paying themselves is probably going to be the last thing on their agenda. They're going to be working on trying to get the investors their money back first, and then paying out themselves later. And that's the sign of a truly good operator. I mean, one deal now in Cleveland where the sponsors have recapitalized it and been looking to stabilize it. It's just pretty much a comedy of, not a comedy of errors, but just a huge amount of, unexpected turns in having the city took too long. They couldn't work on it for a year and a half. They were eating that. And then rather than doing a capital call after 2, 3 years, the sponsors put their own money back in, and they said that there will be no capital calls. We'll get you back. We're stabilize it enough and look to sell and get your money back out. So that's something you want to see in whether it's a debt fund or in another equity fund. You want to see that caliber of the sponsor where they're going to at least try to get your money back. And granted, if it doesn't happen, I know I'm probably a little more patient than some people because I'm like, okay, if I don't get the money back, at least I don't make any profit, at least try to get me my money back. And if, because I know other people that have been stuck with it and they've gotten capital calls and they've put money back in and still not gotten anything.
That's painful.
Yeah. That it is, especially when you're looking at people as their hard-earned, money over the last 20 years that they put with someone. Granted, I would like to think that the majority of these people didn't have any bad intentions, but what I've learned over the years, just in any situation, majority of people will do what's in their best interest when things go bad. It's a smaller segment of the population that are going to go, well, this is what I agreed to do, so I'm going to follow through regardless of the negativity in my life because I have to I have to fulfill my end of the bargain, the contract.
Honor and loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you find those operators, you stick to them because they're a dime a dozen, or not. Is it dime a dozen means there's not a lot of them, right?
No, dime a dozen means there's a lot of them, I think.
Okay, so whatever the opposite of that is, then there's not many.
Not many. Yeah. Well, that's the same thing as the integrity in things is that's it's a lot rarer than it used to be, I think. But I think with that said, in the commercial real estate in general, before pre-COVID, when things got really hot, a lot of people got into it that got it because it was high, it was hot and riding the wave and everything else. And then as it fell out, a lot of those people have fallen out too, which is a good thing because now it's a good time to get in. Now is a good time to buy. Now is a good time to find the right sponsors because there's less out there. And you're going to find the ones that you're in alignment with, like, getting back to we were talking about the wave and real estate and stuff it's the same thing. Like if you are an investor and you're looking at a fund or a sponsor, you want to find the ones that you're in alignment with that understand what your goals are, not what if they talk about what their goals are and it's not in alignment with what you're doing and they still try to get you into the deal, you should probably not run away.
Yep. 100%. 100%. And the industry's feeling it. I mean, even I just got back from Best Ever conference in Salt Lake City, and I've never been to that one before, but everyone was saying it's significantly smaller. And even next year, they announced that they are strategically going to be making it smaller and more exclusive. And that I can appreciate that because they're moving with the flow of the times in order to still make their business work. They're trying to change their business model to fit the current market. And that's cool. However, it's weird when a conference announces we are systematically going to be shrinking because we're already shrinking. Regardless, it was probably my favorite conference I've been to in the real estate space. Nice. Scott, there's no sales pitch, man. It's actually just there for value and networking. I love that. It felt so pure and clean. And obviously there's a lot of great people there, but it's a sad avenue right now because there's not many conferences anymore. Even our mutual friend Adam and I were talking the other day about when's the next industry event. None of us really know. There's not, like, a lot of conferences and live events have closed their doors. So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on the conference scene, because I am thinking between Adam and I, we're thinking about doing something in that vertical now because we just love the people in this space so much, and to be able to
Yeah,
provide a home for these people to come to, it's important. Networking and
yeah,
getting in person is so valuable compared to just being on Zoom all day.
yeah. And the in-person events are where I've personally gotten the most value out of. And I did not make it to the best ever conference, but everyone has told me that it's like the best value of as far as real estate. And I've kind of more focused in the last couple of years going to more of the private equity and capital allocator events just because that's what I'm focusing on is on the fund side and the capital side. So, because I found and it was I should have gone to the best ever, but we had some things going on with our baseball hotel and meeting with people down here for spring training and baseball. But um, getting back to those events, there weren't a lot of them that I really like. I
Mm-hmm.
went to a bunch of them, and they were all trying to. Everyone was trying to outpitch each other, and it wasn't really. When you go in the room, in the conference room, it was a pitch in there. And you go out in the hallway and you talk to somebody, and within 5 minutes, they're trying to pitch you on something, or they're a plant in the conference to try to sell you their coaching program, their course, their this, their
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
thing. And, there's been only a few that I went to that I really liked. The one I went to in January I really liked is they keep it small, but it's done by a family office, and they don't bring more than 50, 100 people in the room, and it's really nice because it's more intimate, and you really make those genuine connections. And they say that if you didn't get a chance to connect with people, reach out to me, and I'll put you in contact with any of the people in there, and they're really the the whole mantra of it is about giving back or giving. What are
mm,
you giving? So when people that show up are people that give to other people.
yeah,
So that's really cool. So and that's my favorite one actually to go to. But I've heard great things about Best Ever, and I'm gonna have Joe Fairless on the podcast pretty soon because he seems to be of that mindset too. And plus, I think he was telling me that they're on track to raise 28 million all from all from retail investors, and I was like, wow, that's full on. I was like, no institutional capital, and he's like, nope. I'm
that's
like,
wild.
wow, that's like full on beast mode.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
50 and $100,000 check, but truth be told, he's been doing it for about 15 years, right? So,
yeah,
and he's probably got 100,000 people in his network, probably. So, but he said it's been, like a lot of people with retail said it's been pretty tough. But they've already closed and they're just filling the you know, last few spots or whatever. But it's just a testament to consistency, like you're saying. If that's what you want to do, I mean, they're on track to have 14,000 units multifamily. So, and I think that's all they do is multifamily. So, multiple funds. I don't think they have any debt funds. It's all multifamily. So, there's the testament of just doing one thing consistently for decades.
yeah, yeah. It's not glorious in the moment at times, but it's worth it in the long run if you take that longer time horizon.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, definitely ask him though about best ever and their plans with the event because Adam and I, we really think we're onto something because we went to a mining conference earlier this year, and this had a different model, way different than any other real estate conference that we've ever been to in the US. And we think if we applied this model to the real estate space, it could still be a large scale event, but one that people would willingly sign up to go to, and one that, because a big challenge, I'm trying not to give too much away here. I'm going to stop myself before I give too much.
Okay.
I'm going to
Well, we
keep
can
it
talk about
internal
it
for now.
after or what have you. But what do you mean by a mining event? Is that like for miners or mines?
Yeah, mining conference. So it was all junior mining companies that have claims. This
Really?
conference was in Canada. Yeah, it was super unique. We have a friend that runs it, and we think if getting his model and a little bit of his consulting could help us launch something in the US for the real estate space, which would be a revolutionary
Huh. Well,
form.
let me know. I would definitely, do my best to come. That'd be a lot of fun, I think, because there needs to be some innovation in the model, really. Of,
Yeah.
because there was one I went to, I think, where I forget which one it was because I wasn't really into it. It was in Orlando because my kids go to school there, and like everyone wore these different colored badges. Like people that were sponsors had like green something on their badge, and people that were like capital allocators or whatever had red.
Mhm.
So anytime they came walking out the door, like they just get mobbed by
Yep.
people. And so
Yep.
what I would do is I'd stand by the door, and then when they'd come walking out, I'd be like, "Hey, come this way," and I'd move them over, and I was like, and they're like, what do you mean? And I'd get them over there, and then I'd say, okay, all right, you're good. So, because all those people are going to mob you or whatever on raising capital. Like, what do you do? I said, well, I'm raising capital, but, we'll talk later,
Yep.
whatever. I just feel bad for you guys getting mobbed, like, right as you come out. And then, I ended up making some genuine connections doing that because it's kind of helping them. I just felt bad for them. They're
It's a
just,
piranha tank.
they're just sharks, like that, and like they're getting the super pitch immediately. My deal.
Yeah.
And there's a quick tip. Anyone, if you do have a deal, don't just run up on somebody and start pitching your deal or whatever. It's not
Yeah.
the elevator pitch time. It's no one's going to invest with you. They don't know you.
Exactly. Soft skills go a long way.
Yeah.
And that's actually another component to the conference thing where, again, coming back to this model, we think we could get more LPs there. Because the biggest challenge for all these conferences is the fact that they're promising that there's going to be LPs there. A lot of
Yeah.
times there isn't. Best Ever had a good amount, I would say, but still, the fact that they're planning on shrinking now and everything. So I'm wondering, Scott, what do you think about What do you think about Florida for a conference? Would you obviously, you would go?
Yeah, Florida's good. I mean, Orlando has a lot of places for conferences, and the airport's really close by there.
Mm,
And a lot of times people go to these conferences and don't go anywhere else. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They go from the airport to the hotel, do the conference, stay in the hotel, and then go back. And there's a few things around there. Um, Miami's kind of tough to move around in.
yeah,
But if you're in the hotel and you're staying in the hotel, it's fine. And then you have some nightlife and stuff around. Tampa's pretty good for that too. Um, it might be good to getting more um, LPs and capital allocators there if you did it in Palm Beach.
really
Palm Beach is the largest concentration of wealth in the wintertime in the world.
interesting.
Yeah.
When's hurricane season?
It starts June 1st
It goes till,
and November 30th.
oh, damn. Okay. Because, yeah, we're
But there's
probably looking
usually
at November.
usually around September is the peak, and then it falls off after that. October is a good time because November you get into the holiday kind of stuff where
Yeah.
it might be the last one of the year. Late October, you're also competing with the boat show, Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, which is the biggest in the
Mm,
world. End of October around Halloween.
mm,
Um, June is good because it's not too hot. May
mm.
is good, not too hot. Usually you don't have any storms. May, June, July. It's not too, but I don't say none, but it's not very common unless it gets really hot and quick. Florida is good. Um, that's centrally located. Getting in and out of Orlando or Miami or even Palm Beach is a little more difficult. The
Mm.
airport's smaller and stuff, but they can fly into Fort Lauderdale and stuff. But
Mm.
there's plenty of options. But if you do, I can help you work on it or whatever. Give you because that's right down the road from me, Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, Miami, and 2 hours north is 2 hours south is Miami. 2 to 7 hours.
Yeah,
I think
depending
it's
on the
pretty bad down
traffic.
in Miami. Once you get south of Fort Lauderdale, and then 2 hours to Orlando. So there's a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. So we're looking at either late October or sometime in November currently. And the reason this came about, like I said, is because we were talking and we don't really know when the next industry event is.
Yeah,
And if you know Adam and I, we're more the community guys. And
yeah,
going to Best Ever was a humble reminder for me that I've known some of these people for years at this point. And it's so great seeing them in person again. And
yeah.
if the industry's shrinking per se, at least from an event
Mhm.
standpoint, maybe now's the time for us to step up and say, hey, well, we can do this. We can host an event. So
Yeah,
we actually have a call later today with an event planner that we know really well and who's just elite at what he does. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll keep you in the loop, Scott.
yeah, definitely. You know, you might think about also Dallas as well too. It's center of the country.
Yeah.
Center of the country. DFW is an easy airport for everyone to get to. You know, you can get the East Coast and West Coast guys, and Texas is a very hot investing place anyway.
Good
So
point.
it's a good spot, you know, and everybody always loves Vegas.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Places like Vegas, places like Miami, it's not that we would advertise like, hey, it's going to be a party, but it's the implication.
People already think
If
that
you're
that's,
going,
you know, and
exactly.
that's what people are going for. Yeah, I'm going, you know, everybody's wives or significant others like, oh, yeah, you're going to Miami for a
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah, a
Yeah, you're
conference.
going to Vegas for a conference.
It's just adult fun at this point, man,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear.
Well, you know, I was in Vegas last year and like Las Vegas. I met at least five, maybe even 10 people that moved to Vegas because there's so many conferences there that rather than them flying out there once a month or what have you, they just move there and they live in the nice part of Vegas, away from the strip. And they,
Yeah.
yeah, because Vegas really doesn't have a whole lot for me.
No.
You know, so I feel like I'm at Sodom and Gomorrah or whatever it is. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, I went there when I was younger and I had a great time or whatever, but now it is not much. You know, I do the conference and I go to sleep in the hotel and then I get up, do it again, and then fly out or what have you. But um,
Mm.
I get it why people would live there. They just go to because then you can. There's a conference every weekend. You know, you could go to all of them, and if whatever you're looking for, there's probably a conference there at least once a month. You know, so
Good point.
you know,
Maybe
and
Vegas is the play.
well, or even like I said, even Dallas, they have centrally located, and you won't have any of the you won't lose anybody at nighttime probably.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, Dallas. I mean, yeah, Texas in general. There's so many of our peers that are based out of Texas at this point.
Yeah,
People
you can
even people that I
attract.
was talking to at BEC, like one guy, I don't know if you know Chad Zdenek, great
Sounds
guy.
familiar. Yes, I think so. Yeah,
He
yeah,
recently just moved his family from LA to just outside of Dallas somewhere. I forget the name of the town, but yeah, it's a big migration that's happening continuously
yeah. And I
still.
mean, there's I for real estate and the funds and stuff. I track a lot of the tech stuff.
Yep.
A lot of stuff happening in Texas. You know, you have Abilene has 100 billion, maybe $200 billion project. Sherman, Texas, you got 20-30 billion. You got Austin, I think Bastrop region are continually building stuff out there for Elon Musk is doing stuff there. You have Dell, you have all the corporate headquarters in Dallas and everything. Houston, you have medical, oil, you have a lot of tech, companies. Exxon has a campus there. So it's only going to keep going and going. You know, it's not
Yep.
going to happen. Not going to stop. I know Ohio has a bunch of stuff too because the quality of living. Columbus, Intel chip factories. Phoenix has some. Washington State. I don't know. We'll probably have some stuff going on in Florida, but I'm not really aware because I think people are hesitant because of the hurricane seasons and stuff like that. But I know we have a lot of data center stuff going up, and that's one thing I wanted to ask you. Are you seeing a lot of funds going towards these data centers?
That's a good question. I don't think I've came across that. I think someone mentioned something about it at the EC to me, but I don't personally know someone who's like, yeah, I'm raising for data centers.
Yeah, well, because I'm seeing a lot of it, and a friend of mine raised a good point. They were saying that a lot of the capital is getting sucked away into these data centers because it needs to be just in the amount of use and abuse that we're using right now. It's in the trillions that we're going to need to build out or whatever. So I'm keeping my eye on it, and there's a couple of projects that have come up with making some connections for some people. So I'll let you know with that because we'll see. I mean, the grid and there's so many things that have to be built out for all of that stuff to happen with all the AI stuff happening and just even the amount of electricity we will need and power we'll need over the next 5 to 10 years. I think they're saying the grid needs to be upgraded by 50%.
That's why I went to a mining conference because all of those resources are coming from out of the ground.
Yeah, still need the power to get it out though.
Yeah, yeah,
But
sure.
it's most of that's diesel fuel or we're not using any small modular nukes or
Mm,
modular plants, which I'm seeing a trend towards smaller power stations, self-sufficient
mm,
power. I know Japan and France have used, I believe, modular nukes for a long time, and or at least tested them. But I have to do some more research on that. And I see smaller power stations, smaller data centers, smaller, micro instead of like the giant monsters. Because I think that's easier to uh, put together and even to collateralize putting those together. If you do 10 smaller ones, it's easier to do the build out in stages than do one big build out.
that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
the whole data thing is so mind blowing. Did you
yeah.
ever see that new movie? It was a remake of an old movie with aliens that come down. Not Independence Day. The new one has Ice Cube in it. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Is it where he's on the computer and stuck in a room?
Yeah, because he works for the government.
Yeah,
Um,
and he's trying to save his daughter or something like this.
yeah, because he works for the government and he can track everything that's happening around the world. But it's at a time where, oh, War of the Worlds. That's
War of
what
the
it is.
Worlds. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a remake on I don't know, I think they remade that movie 3 times, but the latest one has Ice Cube in it. But it's so interesting because the aliens come down and they just want to attack the data centers. And it's crazy conceptually, but I guess that's the value of sorts or why they framed it in that way. I don't know, but I don't know. It just got me thinking like this whole data thing. Like even Tesla is like a data company now. Like it's actually crazy. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
not smart enough to see the value in it or something, or I don't want my information in the mainframe in that way. But
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's all out there. They already got all of it. I'm not worried about mine. They can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
They can make me into a hero or a zero all day, every day or whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. But I think I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson over the weekend, and he was saying, because they were asking him about aliens, and he's like, well, if they were here, why, with all the people that have all the cameras and everything, why is it they're still unidentified? And he's like, and here's, I'll go one further. He said, look, if they were to have to come down here and they see us, killing each other and shooting each other and stopping, and doing for all these, ridiculous reasons, this person because they're from here, this person's because of the way they looked and this and that. And they would probably go back and go, yep, there's no intelligent life there.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I
Yeah,
mean,
they'll kill themselves off at some point. We're not worried about it.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's so interesting. We'll see what happens. Like there also could be maybe the next big psyop after the Mexican cartel leaders is is some type of alien thing. Like who knows, man?
Yeah, I
This whole
mean,
world stage is pretty wild.
aliens. Yeah, I mean, there's always, you have to really, it's one thing I've always done. I think my dad told me a long time ago, is just follow the money. see what's
Yeah.
really going on. Because the money dictates where the power is going. You'll see where all of it's getting funneled to, and all our pet projects and everything, and they all have those. They're never anything, never thing that has to do with us, or never anything to our benefit at all. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
not to bring everybody down, but
No, no, no. We're a very optimistic podcast.
the Debbie Downer podcast. We'll be
Let's talk about building boats in Amsterdam again.
yeah, oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because that is my goal, is to build one in the Netherlands before I finish my boating career as project manager. So I'm open to it. You guys know where I am. Come get me anytime. I'm ready to go. Got my
Yeah.
bag packed.
And we're gonna sail a catamaran from South Africa together.
Yeah, we're gonna do that at some point because we're doing that because that sounds like what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, no, there's no other reason to do it other than we can.
Yeah, exactly. And the price of
Doesn't
catamarans in South
matter.
Africa?
Yeah, doesn't matter which direction we go from there.
No,
Yeah, it's
we
all
just know
good.
where we're leaving from.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Yeah, South Africa, man. Once you put that in my mind, that's how my list maybe for next winter to go check out
Nice.
that country.
Yeah, because it'll be summer there, and
Hmm.
that's supposed to be pretty nice that time of year. And I haven't been there yet, but that's on the list too. I have a
Yeah.
lot of friends there, so
Yeah.
good place.
Yeah,
But
because
this
this year
is
was mainly the Asia tour and then now Mexico for the sailing lessons.
yeah.
But yeah, South Africa, even South America, I haven't even done yet.
Yeah, that's on the list too. South America. Punta Arenas. I want to go down there. The Magellan Straits. That's one on my
Mm.
list too.
Have you ever
Um,
crossed the Panama Canal?
I have not, but the boat I've been on, they went through there last year.
Okay.
Or no, 2 years ago. 'Cause I brought the boat down to Costa Rica, and then I flew out, and then we did some trips in Costa Rica, and then the other captain went through Panama and brought the boat up to Jamaica, and then I got back on 6 weeks later and did did the rest of the Caribbean.
Nice.
Yeah, again, and no, it's all good. Any more water fun, the better for me.
Yeah. Man, there's nothing better than that. Like even my buddy I was hanging out with in Utah, he bought a boat recently. He was talking about just how expensive boats are. It's like, yeah, man, they really know how to get you. It's like, what else would you rather be doing? They know their
Well,
market. It's the funnest thing you
yeah,
could be
if
doing.
you buy a boat, you just have to be committed and say
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. You can't
yeah,
really complain about it. I mean, as the saying goes, I'm not here to make yachting affordable because it's not,
yeah.
and
You're not doing it
won't
because it's
ever be.
affordable or because it saves money. You're doing it because you enjoy it. And
Yeah,
there's inherent value in that too, because your life is you're only going to be here so long. Someone was telling me about a book called Die with Zero, and the whole premise behind the book is your life energy and where you put it at the right times. Like
hmm
if you're young and you're basically broke, but you want to go do a tour in Europe, like go do it. Like find a way. Like just do it because
yeah,
now you have the energy for it. So it's really a book that's systematically changing your view on what period of life you're in, how much inherent resources you have, and that way you can decide what seems like the best avenue for you to go down. Because the narrative of working nonstop all day long and then retiring and then going to do stuff is false. You're
yeah,
tired. You're not going to have the energy when you're older anyway.
yeah. And you more than likely you're going to die long before that happens
Exactly. Exactly.
because you're going to be stressed out or whatever. I mean, if you for me, I mean, if you anything you ever want to go do, just go do it. I mean, because I
Yeah.
went to Europe with no money in my 20s, and it was one of the most fun things I've ever done because it was, we were free. We didn't have any money. We didn't have anything, but we didn't really think about anything that way. I mean,
Hmm.
you don't really need money when you're just going there to check it out or go. I mean, you figure it out. Like I was telling you,
Exactly.
we bought a Opel Ascona. I think it was 600-700 guilders or something like that. It was before pre-Euro, so that's dating myself. But I mean, we only had to push start a few times.
And the world tends to find a way to support you when you take such a courageous step forward.
Yeah,
It always figures itself out. There's a great quote by Terence McKenna, "Nature loves courage."
yeah.
It's about taking the leap of faith and jumping into the abyss to realize that it's a feathered bed. And that
Well,
this is the shamanic dance. This is
yeah,
in the waterfall. This is the ancient alchemical gold that these people realized is taking that leap of faith because nature loves
yeah.
courage. It supports you along that endeavor.
Well, if you're open and you believe it, it's gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, if you just shut out everything else, you're gonna find things are gonna be presented to you that are gonna be in alignment with that. If that's your purpose at that time, I firmly believe things just kind of fall into place just because that's what you've put out there and that's what you're going towards. Granted, you still have to work at it or whatever. I mean, it's not like it was all sunshine and rainbows or whatever. I mean, but we were prepared to sleep wherever and eat whatever to, you know, fill the time with what we were doing there. And we had an absolute great time. I mean,
Yep.
we went to Spain for, I think we were going for a couple of weeks. We ended up being there, I don't know, a month, couple of months, whatever. I don't know. Spain's nice.
Yeah.
Especially in summer, it's nice.
Sure is. It's
Hey, it's
beautiful.
nice here. Hey, we don't have any money. That doesn't matter.
No matter. It's beautiful. And even because you're operating at a different frequency when you're
Yeah,
taking those leaps of faith to be there, the people you interact with, they're more present. It's different than the
yeah,
people at the conference that just want to pitch you right away. Their intention's
yeah,
garbage for actually
yeah,
being there compared to just you stepping into something unknown, being fully present, being joyful that you're there. That's just
yeah.
going to attract other good things into your experience.
Yeah, you attract what you're putting out. I mean, pretty
Yep.
much. You're putting out that vibe that you're there to have a great time and everything else, you're gonna have a great time. And if you're at that conference to, attract the right people, not necessarily, just fund your deal and talk to everybody about your deal or whatever. But if you're there to, find the right people, maybe attract the right people, you will attract the right people. And, that's just lesson I've learned over and over again. All you need is that one person. You don't
Yep.
need 1,000 people. Just
Mhm.
one. Think about it. If you had one family office that believed in what you're doing, or one investor that didn't believe what you're doing, or one partner that was like could bring the loan that you needed, or could underwrite the deal the way you needed, or could optimize the fund structure that you have to make everything work better again. They're out there. You just have to attract it. Really, it's not about chasing anything. It's really about attracting.
Every time.
Hmm.
Always.
Cool, man. Well, this, as always, this is pretty awesome. Well, because I know we've talked for way over as we usually do, but that's okay. That's okay. That doesn't matter. I always have a great time talking to you.
Likewise.
How do people get a hold of you and find out what you're working on and everything else? What's the best way for them to contact you?
I would say just subscribe to Superior Island YouTube channel. It's just at
Right.
Superior Island. That's it. Go there, check us out, follow the journey. We're posting a full-length video from our summer coming up soon. I just have to do a voiceover for it, and we're in the final edits. And then starting in May, we're
Live.
boots are strapped. We're live. Season 3.
Awesome, man. Well, I look forward to that, and I look forward to hearing more about this conference and all your work at TriVest and everything. Seeing what the future holds for them. Definitely be following up to see what happened in Mexico and when we're going to
Yeah.
South Africa, when this
Yeah.
event's happening, what's going on in Superior Island. I'll definitely be checking in there and just remember that Superior Island is the Florida of Canada.
Yes, it's Newport Beach.
The Palm Beach of Canada. Well, thanks again for being here. This has been pretty awesome.
Thanks, Scott. We'll talk soon,
Yeah.
brother.
It's Scott Kidd, the Yacht Captain Investor Podcast. As always, the reminder is the best investment you can make is the one you make in yourself. So invest heavily in you. See you next time.